Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Josh. Welcome to Kane Productions, and today I'm actually going to be talking about a very off-topic subject. I'm actually going into the realm of American politics. So, if you guys are interested in the normal indie gaming stuff, you can go and enjoy that stuff too. But I do believe that for those of you who it may concern, I do believe that watching this video could be in benefit to everybody in some way. And that is because of the fact that Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump have just agreed to a debate. Now, what does that possibly mean? So, first of all, if you don't know already, in the U.S. election, there is two primaries going on. You got the Republican primary, the Democratic primary. On the Republican side, you pretty much have Donald Trump as the winner, even though technically he hasn't won yet. He's the only one left running, so it's obvious he wins. On top of that, the Democratic primary has Bernie Sanders versus Hillary Clinton. Now, Bernie Sanders versus Hillary Clinton has been a very, very tangly situation from the start, as even 2 years ago, before the elections even began in the primary process for the Democrats, Hillary Clinton had already racked up all the pledged delegates. Or, not all the pledged delegates, sorry, all the superdelegates. And what superdelegates are basically, they're the safety net for the Democratic Party, which basically is that they give the Democrats the ability to vote for who's going to win the primary. But just in case they don't agree with the people, they have enough superdelegates to flip the election. So they don't necessarily have to go with the will of the people, and they very much have not so far. Now, the media, for the most part, has been counting superdelegates as already counted, even though they have not even voted yet. So, as you can see, there's a lot of bias against Bernie Sanders as well, because of the fact that almost all these major media outlets have, through their top CEOs and so on and so forth, they've all funneled their money down into to support Hillary Clinton. So there's a massive bias, and you can see that in watching CNN. You can see it in watching, NBC, all of them. Fox is the Republican side, but at least Fox has been able to point out the discrepancies and the middle ground. And the same thing with Joe from MSNBC and a couple others, and they're starting to catch on. But for the most part, the media has really tried to screw Bernie Sanders over from the beginning, and they've barely given him any airtime compared to Hillary Clinton. And Hillary Clinton compared to Donald Trump, it's just amazing how the media claims that this is not in part their fault, because they are the one who gave Donald Trump the coverage for all these ridiculous facts. So this debate coming up is really important because of the fact that the only reason it's going on is because Hillary Clinton backed out of a debate of the signed-on debates. They signed a contract or something. They were going to do 4 debates before the June 7th primary. And so she just backed out of it because she just wants to focus on campaigning, and she doesn't want to debate. So she kind of just screwed over everybody looking forward to that. And so Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders are now being arranged to debate. They tweeted on Jimmy Kimmel. Donald Trump said that he would do it if the money was donated to charity, and Bernie Sanders was very, very into it, saying game on. So the reason this is going to be such an important event for those of you still watching is because of the fact that you have a guy who has the will of the people, the guy who has a revolution behind him, because ladies and gentlemen, the progressive revolution, this is not a liberal revolution, this is not a red revolution, no, this is a progressive revolution. This is a revolution of the new generation, because of the fact that this new generation finally has access to the information and the ability to research things and get the proper knowledge, and that is really bringing things out. So progressivism is clearly the way that it is going. I mean, 80-90% of people under 30 support Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders is one of the most progressive people in American politics. So that's just unbelievably crazy. So you have this guy with this revolution behind him going against this other guy who is a media mongol, who's very this guy swings on every topic. Donald Trump is just kind of He's just a populist. That's the only way to describe it. So you have two huge things going on. This guy has a revolution, and this guy has about 60%, 70% of the South on his side. And I mean, unfortunately for Donald Trump, in polls done in a general election, Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders absolutely destroys Donald Trump. And I mean by double digits. Whereas Hillary Clinton is now sinking even, and even in some polls dipping below Donald Trump in a general election. On top of the fact, Hillary Clinton has the email scandal is still a thing. It is very much a thing. It's being investigated. On top of the fact that the DNC chair is possibly going to be removed for her unbelievable bias towards this entire process from the beginning, trying to rig it by scheduling debate nights on the most unwatchable times, 12 o'clock on the West Coast on a Saturday night. It's just unbelievable what's been going on. So this is going to be amazing because we already know what the outcome is going to be. We know that this is pretty much going to be Bernie Sanders roasting Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's pretty much going to be on the defense because what's he going to attack Bernie Sanders on? His policies are very well known by everybody, and he stands by those policies very strongly. He agrees with those policies. In fact, he has 40 years of backup of working in politics, of being in news and all kinds of stuff. There's proof. There's literal videos and stuff. You can literally watch him on YouTube for 30 years or whatever of the same kind of stuff, and over again, he's always been put down. So Bernie Sanders is basically untouchable in this situation. The only thing that Donald Trump could possibly do is do what he's done throughout the entire Republican primary, and that is lie through his teeth. That is, just say stuff. That's just kind of what it is. A populist is somebody who says what works. So this guy, if he's going to get a good reaction from the crowd, he's going to go towards, lying. If he gets a bad reaction from the crowd, he's going to follow the rhythms that he sees, because this guy's an old guy. He's like 69, 70 years old. He's been rich for years, comes from a very rich family, and on top of that, he's been a media mongol for like a good half of his life. I mean, between all the shows and all that crap he's done. So that thing is happening hopefully soon. And when it does happen, people, I think we need to watch it, all of us, even if you're not American, even if you're just another world citizen watching what happens in the United States, because you understand how politics in the U.S., politics throughout the world, but very much in the U.S. because of the U.S. being the #1 economy, because of the U.S. having the most foreign air bases and all that stuff in the world. The U.S. does have a very big effect on the world. And so by us backing this Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump debate, we could actually be helping Bernie Sanders, because we already know he does better in the poll numbers. But if he absolutely destroys Donald Trump on stage when this debate happens, you betcha Hillary better be running, because Bernie Sanders is going to be, he's going to be exploding in poll numbers. So, guys, if you enjoyed this odd mix of stuff, I know you're not used to politics, just go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe or whatever for more stuff. And like I said, if you're into the gaming stuff, there's lots of that there. But if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.